Welcome to the Kony video tutorial series. In this particular video, we will provide an overview of the custom report feature of MobileFabric. We will see how to send custom metrics from the application as well as build custom reports from the custom metric data sent specific for the application, as well as building reports for any event data that is gathered from the APM feature. To send custom metrics, first of all, the developer has to define the parameters that they're going to send data from the application. So the parameters include a key, which is the name for that particular application, for that metric, and what data type it is, whether it is string, double, day, timestamp, and the default aggregation defines how it is aggregated in the report by default. The setting can be overridden while building the reports. For sending custom metrics, there is a very simple API called send custom metrics, which takes two parameters: the form name from which the data is being sent and a JSON array. The array can be containing a single element or multiple elements, and each array will have key value pairs with the key matching the key that we defined in the register custom matrix, and the value being a value of the data type that we defined for the appropriate key. In this case, the prod name is a string and prod price is a number, and we have defined the data correspondingly. The same API exists for all the Kony supported SDKs such as iOS, Android, Cordova. Once we have added this send custom metrics in the actual snippet for the sample application, in this case I've taken the sample application of Kony Store. As and when I move through the application, searching through the various products, the data that is being shown here in the screen is also sent as custom metrics. So let me search for a particular product, say Bose, and look through some of the Bose speakers, and let me see the price and the review for the same. Now let's try to look at building some custom reports for this application. Let me just pull up a report that I built and show you how it was built. So in this report, I've dragged the product name that I was viewing from the application and count, that is number of times the particular product has been viewed, and the price of the product. And I've built a report by just simply dragging and dropping the fields, and I'm seeing the count as well as the price as in a multi-axis report, so as to let me see what product is being used and how. So I can see that 4 of these products have been viewed the same number of times, but this particular product, the Bose Lifestyle series, has the maximum price range. So if, as a owner of a company, if I want to choose which product I should start promoting, I should pick this one up because this has been viewed the most number of times and it has the highest value, so it makes sense to promote this product. This particular report was generated with a particular product name that I was searching for as Bose. Now I could change the same report. So now let's see how the same data looks for all televisions which are above this particular price range. So I can see that in the television scenario, the costliest television is this particular one, and it has been viewed 20 odd times. So this lets me switch over easily between all the products that are viewed, and let me find out what to promote for each kind of product. Now, any of the input parameters can be chosen and made into a filter, and the filters lets you choose various types of comparisons, like one of many, that is a draw selection from a list, selection with equals, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to. In this case, price range is a number, so it allows numerical calculations. In the case of product 9, where it is just a name, you have option of one of, not one of, equals, and other, and even string operations like starts with, does not start with, or ends with, and does not end with. So this gives you the flexibility to create various kinds of reports. So let us try to see the same information in the cross tab. So here I can see that the total number of count for each of the televisions that I was looking at, and the price for them, and what was the aggregate price of the whole thing that I was viewing at. So now let us try to sort this data based on which was viewed the most. So I'm going to create a sorting filter and sort this data descending. So now I see that the Geek Squad TV with this mounting service has been viewed the most number of times. The product price for that is this. Now let us check. The product price seems to be too high for that, and it looks like the summary calculation it was doing was the sum, which means it was trying to calculate the sum of the price and not the actual price itself. Let me change the product price function to average, and let us see how it works out. So the average tells that, okay, this is the product price for this particular product, and this is the number of count of the items that it was viewed at. So similarly, we can also build reports for the events data that we were capturing. So let us now go to one of the event reports. So the event report, we are trying to find what all are the particular forms that were entered, similar to the graph that we saw in the standard charts, but here we are trying to classify the data with region, where the region is the state. So for example, we can see that Florida has the maximum number of entries for this particular product, and we have Connecticut and DC and other states having its own representation. Now here I'm looking at the data with region. If I just want to see overall total number of accounts, I can just switch it to total, or I can go back to region. So you can put anything in a row or a column. And similarly, I'm trying to look at the rows for the event subtype, which is including all the events. Now let me try to view the data by each type of event. So we have the search, product, adding to cart, and checkout. Now I want to look at only the information where I make money, so I'm going to put a filter on event subtype and say I just want to look at data for checkout. So let us create a filter for this. So putting an event subtype filter and setting the value as checkout. So let's create a filter, and we can also apply a custom filtered expression if you want to choose all of them, or you want to use a combination A and B and C and stuff like that. The default is everything, but let us try to write this and see how it works. So now we are only looking at the data for when the user actually did a checkout, and we can see that again Florida has the maximum, but Alabama also has a significant number of people who have checked out the product. Now this is showing the data with subtype row and region as a column. You can easily just swap the product to see a more region-specific data distribution, so that you can see each region like Alabama or California showing in the x-axis and just a count in the y-axis. The same data can be used or can be viewed in a variety of charts. So we support column and bar charts, line area, dual multi-axis, time series, and other charts. So let's just look at a couple of them and see how the same data would look like. Let us look at a percent column and see which region is contributing most to my particular checkout. So I can see Florida is occupying roughly 35% of the total volume of my sales. I can try to convert to a different chart format and look at a pie chart. Now let's try to look at some of the other chart types like time series and stuff. So to view time series charts, we need some timestamp. So let's rearrange the fields. Let us move event subtype to a column. I don't want to look at region anymore. I can remove it, and then I'll add a timestamp of the event. We have both UTC and local timestamp. So let us make it UTC local, and I'll change the chart type to a time series. So now I can see the data for checkout. So I still have checkout as one of the filters. So let me try to view all different products. So I'm seeing till June 1st. Now let me try to add a filter because I want to only look at data for May. So I'll add a filter saying the event was on or before a particular day. So I'm choosing, say, May 29th, 1746, and I am applying the filter, running again. So we can see that the data has had a huge spike in the last week. So let me try to group this. This is looking on a day basis. Now, like, I want to see on an hour basis on an everyday when there's the peak for my particular application. So I change the grouping for my timestamp into hour, and I can see that there is a huge spike at around 6 in the evening when most people are getting off work. And that's when they seem to be searching for a product. Now the same data can be viewed in a variety of ways, like a time series area or a column chart, a stacked column chart, and even a pie chart. So we can see that the pie here is showing on a time basis when the particular action has happened. And so if you want to change it and see, I want to look at a month, reverse it. Now here I can see that for the entire month of May, search product has occupied like 65% and add to cart another slice and checkout. So this way we can play around with the information, the data that we have collected, and build your own reports. The error message, error related data comes from the error fields and so on. This data can also be exported as a PDF or an Excel or a CSV. And once we have decided how to build the report, we can save the ad hoc view and create a report. The ad hoc view is the report building tool that we see here, which can be saved for editing at a later point of time. Once the report is saved, we can run the report directly from the console. So let me show you how to run the report from the console. So all the reports that I've built is visible here. So let me try to run the post-promotion report that we built earlier. So the price that we're looking for is greater than or equal to 2000, and the product name that I was looking at is Bose. So let me just generate the report. We can see the count and the product price that we looked at earlier. The report can always be refined to modify the input criteria that we've defined so that we can rerun the same thing to instead look at TV data instead of Bose, and it will regenerate. Thanks for watching the Custom Reports Overview video tutorial. For more information on standard reports, view the Standard Reports Overview tutorial. For more information on enabling analytics in Visualizer Enterprise, view the Enabling Analytics video tutorial. For more information on the Kony products as is, please visit developer.kony.com.